When we asked our friend Lonnie from the Cinnamon Bear Inn for some hike recommendations, she told us about the hike to Sherwin Lakes that also continues onto Valentine Lake. We'd been putting in a lot of hiking miles on this trip, so we weren't sure if we wanted to go all the way up to Valentine Lake. We decided that we'd hike up to Sherwin Lake and see how we felt. If you decide that the hike to Sherwin Lakes is enough of a hike for you, you can expect to do 5.2 miles with 900 feet of elevation gain. The trail starts off pretty easy and flat. There's even a tiny bit of downhill that takes you to this bridge. But don't let that lull you into a false sense of security, because after you reach the 0.2 of a mile mark, it's going to be uphill almost all the way to the lake. This trail is super pretty as it winds its way through the dense forest. One other benefit of all the trees is that it gives this section of the trail quite a bit of shade. If you're not used to hiking in high altitudes, this climb can get a little bit intense. Be sure to bring plenty of water and take breaks whenever you need to. As we climbed higher, the big trees suddenly disappeared and were replaced by manzanita trees. Their red bark is really pretty, but it definitely doesn't provide much in the shade department. Luckily, the tall trees did return though as we made our way up the many switchbacks that this trail has to offer. Having good hiking shoes is always important, but it will definitely make your life a lot easier on this trail. Not only is this trail decently steep, but there are a lot of sections that have big boulders that you have to scramble over. As you make your way towards the top, be sure to take a couple of breaks to take in the view. It may not be an epic view of a lake or anything, but the valley is pretty, and it gets nicer looking as you get higher. Finally, around the 2-mile mark, we came to the end of the climb to Sherwin Lake. It was going to be pretty much downhill the rest of the way. I'm not quite sure what caused it, but there were quite a few dead and fallen trees just before we got to the lake. At last, we had made it to Sherwin Lake. Unfortunately, due to less than amazing snow levels, the water level was pretty low, but it was still really pretty. After relaxing for a little bit, we decided that we wanted to continue on to Valentine Lake. The challenge is that Valentine Lake is all the way up here. Stay tuned and we'll have that half of the hike up next week. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. If you enjoy our adventures, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified when we make new videos. Follow along with our adventures on Instagram at thatadventurelife_official. And for all the information about this hike as well as other awesome adventures in the Mammoth area, head on over to thatadventurelife.com.